Hi, I'm Rebecca Brand, and today we're going to make a Tuesday lunch for your lunch bunch. What you need for this simple lunch are 2 slices of bread, hard-boiled eggs, salt, celery, mayonnaise, orange, graham crackers, and Nutella. I'm doing this lunch series to give you ideas on how to feed your children healthy lunches for them to take to school in their little brown bags. So I have 2 hard-boiled eggs. You can find the recipe on my channel. I'm going to have 1 big heaping tablespoon of mayonnaise in that, quite a big pinch of salt, and I always like some celery for some crunch in my egg salad sandwich. So I'm cutting this piece of celery. It's about 3/4 of a stalk. I'm going to cut it in little tiny pieces. If they're too big, they fall out of that sandwich and that sandwich won't stick together. I cut them lengthwise a number of times, and now I'm doing the crosswise into little tiny pieces. Add that to your eggs and mayonnaise and salt and mix it up. Egg salad sandwiches are great to do after Easter, after you've dyed those eggs with your kids. I made all these eggs on a YouTube video, and the leftover Easter eggs are just so terrific for lunches for your kids. They'll stay in the refrigerator for up to a week. So check out that video, that's a fun one. So we're gonna spread our egg mixture on our bread. I'm using wheat bread today. I like a really thick egg salad sandwich. This is probably gonna be too big for 1 child, so it'll be great to split it with 2 or save the other half for yourself. I would rather have my child eating more of that egg mixture than really the bread mixture because there's so much protein in that. So I will make it big and thick. It's more like a deli sandwich that way. Flatten it out, put the lid on it, and for my kids, I always cut the crust off because if I didn't, the sandwich got rejected. It is so hard trying to psych out your kids and figure out what they're going to eat and what they won't eat. And you just have to keep persisting because your children, they may not mind the crust, but mine did. So I'm just sharing that with you because maybe that'll make a difference and you won't have so much return back in the lunch bag. Serrated knives just work better for cutting. It gives me a cleaner cut. Making your lunch really attractive matters to your kids. So I will vary the shape of the food I want them to eat because it seems to make a difference. So I happen to have a little box like this I'm going to put it in, and you can get them at your grocery store and they're so handy. So I don't want it to get crushed because this is quite the delicate sandwich, so I'm putting it in the box. I've learned if I put too much food in the box, the mental expectation is you got to eat everything. So that's a very healthy serving for a child that's maybe 3 to 10. If you have a larger or older child, you might give them the rest of the sandwich, but that's great for a young child. This is good for me. I want a lunch too. So on goes the top. Fruit is a natural sweet food, and so I like to have oranges in my kids' lunches. But if I were just to give them the entire orange, they will never go to the work to peel that orange. I got this orange from my backyard yesterday. Wow, what a find that was. So I always cut the peeling part off because this is just the fastest way for me to get their orange in little bite-sized pieces. So I go around the orange and I just cut it off, cut those pieces off. I cut around the edges and take off anything that I know my kid is going to say, I'm not eating that. I want to cut my orange now in appetizing pieces. And I know that's going to feel too messy for my kid to eat. So I cut that up in little pieces too. And they just feel like they're munching, they're snacking. Little tiny squares happens to be my kid's favorite bite. So into a little container it goes. A baggie is just fine too, whatever you have handy. And I put the toothpick on top because this is what they want to do. They want to stab it and eat it. So this is going to be fun for them, just like that. On the top, easy for them to find. Snap. So I think of my lunches and I think, what's not in there? What is different than these other bites of food? Well, that might be a peanut butter on a cracker, and that cracker is going to give them extra crunch. So I have these graham crackers. They're my kids' favorite. So on this graham cracker, I'm going to put a little Nutella. Variety is really important in eating because you get tired of eating the same things all the time. So I happened to find a little tiny package of graham crackers, and this is what I always use. So try Nutella for your little one in the graham cracker to give them a break from peanut butter. It's made from hazelnuts. I know, it's a little decadent. It's got the chocolate, but you know, it's like a little treat. It's like a little dessert in there. This is good for a snack break. So when you put your name on your little one's lunch, it's so fun. Spend that extra few seconds and draw a picture for them. Today, Landon's going to get an Easter egg. So pack it, heavy item first. So here's your Tuesday lunch for your lunch bunch. Subscribe to my channel and let's keep making great things in the kitchen together.